Yeah. Welcome, man. Welcome, man. I hope you guys had a good sporting weekend. As always, safe and glued to the TV. That's the way to do it these days with everything going on. But thank you for joining us. We're going to take you through it. And just a lot of good stuff this weekend. Some unexpected things. The end of the NASCAR race was pretty wild, and the end of the PGA event was pretty wild. We had a fight night over the weekend. Yeah. Padres traded for everything on earth. Like just wild times. And it's still NBA and NHL playoffs. So welcome in. Thank you guys for watching. Tyler, how was your weekend?
Man, it was good. I mean, you just kind of, ran down everything. Yeah. I actually watched, the final round of the PGA event. It ended in just wild fashions with a couple of clutch putts. Of course, NASCAR, that final, 15 laps took about an hour or so to complete. Just wild finish at Daytona.
Yeah. Then they had the two big ones right at the end.
Yeah, just lots of baseball, lots of NBA, of course. We've got some great series in the NBA playoffs. The NHL playoffs are rolling on. Like, it's just been, I've been loving it, man. I've absolutely been loving all the nonstop sports on the weekends. But
shout out to a Screwball sanitizer. Just so you know what that is. This is not Pop-Off vodka. I just want you guys to know. It's just
no. It tastes better than Pop-Off vodka, actually.
You're probably right.
But how was your weekend, man?
It was awesome. I missed some of the afternoon yesterday. Had a little birthday party, little gathering, about 10 of us down in the Bay, Mission Bay. So shout out to Ben. Happy birthday. And I do want to be using that cornhole golf thing that I got you. It's basically a combination of chipping mat and cornhole. So
okay,
coming for that ass, Ben. But now he has it at his house. We didn't get to bust it out yesterday. It was a little windy, so I was like, I'm kind of nervous. Like, comes with these little like foam golf balls.
Okay,
it's fine for chipping, like practice kind of golf balls.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't want one to like roll into the water or get lost or whatever. So we never got it out. And now he's got it at his house and he's just practicing. And it pisses me off.
He's getting good, yeah.
But
that's that home field advantage right there.
Ben, I'm going to see you. It's all right. I ain't scared. No, but did get to see some of the NBA playoffs, the end of the NASCAR race, which we will touch on here in a little bit. And then Tyler informed me of the wild end to the golf. So, and as I'm sure I've mentioned on this program several times, I no longer work for the Padres radio network, but I can't turn their notifications off of my phone. So it was blowing up all yesterday. And I was like, another one. I just kept rolling in. It was out of control. But we'll get into all that a little bit later. I don't know. What do you want to
probably had to charge your phone 3 or 4 times yesterday.
Yeah, dude. It's just like, how?
I mean, I've been pretty excited. Like, obviously, the baseball's been the big news. We're huge baseball fans, but I've been pretty excited kind of by the just the continuation of the NBA. Like they've been doing. I think we can start with that.
Yeah, let's check in with the NBA and the bubble.
That's a deep cut there, huh? I like it. Nice job, Jaime.
Deep cut. Jaime coming in hot. I like it. We like to see it. So, they were basically not quite there, but rounding into round 2 of the playoffs. Unfortunately, the Mavericks and Luka Legend have been sent home. But, I mean, no Porzingis. And basically, I saw the analysts on TV kind of laying into Marcus Morris for just getting too physical with Luka. And I was like, but it's the playoffs, though. And he's the one guy that's killing you. Like, he didn't just straight Lambeer him. He didn't like clothesline him Charles Oakley style. He was just, just
throw a big old lariat coming down the
Yeah, like yeah, that would be awesome though. NBA Jam, if you're watching, put that in the next game. No, but
there you go.
Look, there's a reason why they were a 7 seed, So Luka, we all had that magical moment in whatever it was, game 3. But he's going to be fine. The Mavericks will be fine, too.
Oh, yeah.
The Clippers are just a better team, though. Paul George woke up about halfway through the series, Kawhi just kicked ass yesterday, and they took care of business. So not too mad at it. And I just thought the hand-wringing about the physical play and all this, I was like, what? It's the playoffs. Like, that is what happens every time in the playoffs. Looks like Tyler is lagging out. Wait, we got you there.
Got
Tyler,
me back there?
back?
I hope I'm back. All right. But, yeah, I mean, like things do tend to get a little bit more physical in the playoffs. And like you said, like Luka was their one weapon. Like, yeah, of course they're going to try and be physical with him, try and slow him down. Do whatever they can. And, again, hell of an effort by him. Nothing for him to hang his head about. Nothing for Dallas to hang their head about. It was a hell of an effort by them. They just ran into the better team. There's a reason that the Clippers are the second seed. Dallas will probably get better in the offseason, and they'll come back, and, they're going to be a threat for years to come.
Yeah, I mean, and Porzingis going out doesn't help. Maybe you get another game with him still out there, but I still think, the Clippers were just a better team anyway. So I think it sort of played out pretty much how we expected. The Clippers are a good defensive and offensive team. And the thing, kind of the scouting report right now with Luka, who is, again, 21 years old, it's insane. Just don't let him get in the paint, because when he gets in the paint, not even like necessarily going to the rim and just dunking on people, but if he gets that close to the basket, he's either going to make a really good pass, or he's got such good footwork down there that, like I said, I mean, so many times in this series you saw them try to run a double team at him when he got that penetration like that, and he would do some weird like backup move or, the Euro step or whatever and still get his shot off. So Morris basically took that away. He, the whole thing is just let him shoot threes. If he, sag off a little bit, he's still like a 30-ish% 3-point shooter at this point. And that's, a player like that, obviously they're going to improve. And he's got, I don't know, 15 years to do that. So they'll be back. They'll be fine. But I thought, the better team won. So not too upset about that. And we had the Lakers brushing aside the Blazers after that game one wake-up call. Again, just I thought they were the better team. LeBron and AD kind of had the synergy going where they were just doing what got them to that one seed all season. And if those guys are going off like that, then that's a tough matchup. They're the number one seed in the West. So the only thing that is disappointing about that is that we do lose Whiteside in the bubble, who in the clubhouse, as they say in golf, is still the most entertaining social media follow out of the bubble so far.
MVP hands down.
Social media MVP in the bubble. I mean, obviously, he's a favorite of this show, but I'm going to hit you with a couple in tribute. Maybe, eventually I'll put together some kind of mixtape. I know I don't have the one here in the hopper where he anointed himself young Chef side, which it seems like Chef Whiteside would have been easier, but I like that he went young Chef side instead. He's just a kind of an out there cat, but RIP to Whiteside in the bubble.
Hey, people keep asking me, they like, yo, Whiteside, how you seen Mitt? I ain't seen him.
Ain't seen him.
We in that Disney, In
that Disney, And of course, who can forget? Serenading all of us with Jesse's Girl.
I wish I had Jesse's Girl. Where can I find a woman like that? Jesse's Girl.
So he will be missed. Young Chef side, I do look
forward to... Maybe he'll go on tour with Springfield.
Exactly, yeah. He can do the tambourine or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
like the guy in the Bruce Springsteen video.
But
I get up in the evening.
Yeah. Oh God, I forgot all about that. But unfortunately, again, Blazers, it didn't help. They lost Dame, but I don't even know if Dame being in there, unless Dame just absolutely went off, which he can do, no question. But he would have had to have done it 3 games in a row, which kind of tough to do. Especially, the Lakers were playing pretty good defense on them. So in the end, I think it's they were going to lose anyways. So no big.
I think the Blazers came in there too. They came in with a lot of momentum, but with that comes, they were having to win a lot of close games to get in there. So then Dame kind of messes up his finger, then his knee, and then he's out. I mean, that's pretty much all she wrote when you lose a guy like that.
Yeah. The other big thing that's been going on in the playoffs right now is just the insane back and forth battles in the Jazz and Nuggets between Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray. Those dudes have been going off. I think Mitchell's been averaging like 38 points a game. Murray's been averaging 34. I think Game 7 should just be a one-on-one game between those two, just so that way they can save up the rest of the players.
I would like
they matter anyways.
Like the old school Jordan versus Bird one-on-one.
Yes.
Sega Genesis game.
Exactly.
And they just do random dunk contest, horse, 3-point shooting contest.
Yeah, exactly. Just give me a one-on-one battle between those two. Because that's really all it is anyways at this point in time. It's just those guys going off and kind of putting the
come back. I'll get it back now.
Teams on their backs and carrying them. So, God, I don't know what is going on with our technology today.
Yeah, we're having a little issues here, but we're powering through. But we're gonna obviously Mitchell, who spends his free time in the bubble just trying to avoid Jaylen Brown, and Jamal Murray, who, a.k.a. what allegedly C.J. McCollum's pubes look like, as we have also visited on this program before. But shout out to those guys. They are balling big time, balling out of control, as they say. And, be interested to see where that goes. I know, I think it's probably on right now, right? The Rockets OKC game, and the winner of that is going to play the Lakers. So,
correct.
I think it's 3-2 right now, Rockets. So they'd be looking to put them away tonight. But, a decent matchup there. I still think the Rockets have more. I think everyone's pretty much penciled in Rockets-Lakers in that next round. But stranger things have happened. I do want to dive back over to the comments real quick. They have been pouring in. Jaime, nothing but deep cuts, hermanos. I see you. I see you working, Jaime. Thank you. And Cease, I joined late. I jumped in when Ronnie, you were pointing, saying, I need your cornhole. I think I got the wrong show. You're in the right place, buddy.
You got the right show. You got the right show.
You're here.
It's the right one.
Believe it or not, you are here.
That's what you signed up for.
Chiming in. Suck at mosquitoes. Hopefully we're going, into the annual sort of ceasefire agreement between the mosquitoes when they don't bother me too much as the weather cools down. But, we'll have to get there first. And also, as on our last topic, I don't think Melo will ever win a title. I don't think he will on the Blazers. I mean, I thought he played pretty well, but
he did.
Blazers
he played really.
It seemed like he was actually trying to play defense and sort of committed to being a spot-up shooter guy that, did have some veteran experience as far as, you saw him after the first game talking to the team right after, like, it's one game, like, we got to, came here to do a job. So I think he showed a little maturity there, but I don't know where he goes from here, and I don't know if he's going to win on the Blazers. It's such like a log jam in the West. But go East again. NBA Jam meets Fire Pro Wrestling. That would be cool.
Ooh.
I agree.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I'm all for that.
Whole new meeting to He's on Fire. And talking to or about Whiteside, that dude is seriously on Donald Duck acid. Jesse's girl. Where can I find a woman like that? Murray and Mitchell will face off in a game of horse. Winner takes all. And let's see. Cornhole for all. There you go, Cease. Cornhole for all. I agree.
There we go. Well, let's jump in to actually, since we were talking about one-on-one battles, I guess let's jump into the world of golf where we can just kind of touch on that that insanity. So we had the BMW Championship this weekend on the 18th hole. Dustin Johnson nailed.
Yeah, to force a playoff, I know Tyler might be cutting a little bit in and out there, but first of all, DJ's just been out of his mind hot. Like, for about
46.
Yeah, it's I think it was 44 feet, 43. So this is the screen cap. Obviously, I can't play the copyrighted video, but he basically it's hard to describe here, but he putted like sort of where, I don't know, way to the
He
left of
putted,
that. Let's just say that.
yeah. Well, like he putted. Yeah, I don't know how to explain. He putted towards the left from where he's standing, and then it
like the
curved,
apex
and
is,
then
it's about
it
15
curved.
feet out in front of him to the left, and it just
Right.
rolled down and kept rolling right into the cup.
Yeah, it curved to the right of the hole and then slanted back to the left, and it was like super slow as well. So it was just definitely a massive tension builder, but just an insane putt to send it to the playoff. Then they get to the playoff, and John Rahm hits just an even crazier 66-foot putt to win it in the playoff.
And then you have the screen cap of that, John Rahm.
Yeah. Again, unfortunately, we can't play. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't play it.
But the same putt, but even longer. It was like 66 feet.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, golf, when they do the playoff, they go back to the last hole. So if it ends on 18, you go backwards, 18, 17, 16, as long as it takes. But Rahm basically, I see you and I raise all in. Just hits this like miracle putt to win. And Rahm's been up, high in the standings pretty much all season too. But DJ's just been really hot right now. I know he's kind of been like a streaky guy over his career, but man, seeing that the way that ended was just insane. You think like that would break a guy, seeing you roll in that insane 43-foot putt that had like should have no realistic chance of going in, and yet it goes in. But no, John Rahm, he clapped back, and he actually doubled down and made an even more insane putt.
Yeah, it was a super exciting finish to the tournament this weekend, and I would definitely say go seek out the clips of those two putts because
they will be available on social media.
As soon as you watch the ball, where are they shooting that? Like that was my first thought both times. Like where are they shooting? And then just those guys know how to read greens like crazy because no way in hell a regular person could make that.
Hey, and the 18th green at a PGA event on Sunday, they're going to put the pin in the hardest possible place that it can be. So for both of those guys to make that putt, it's pretty ridiculous. Like I said, this is why I like watching these guys, but also I hate it because I can never have that. I can never do that in my life ever.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm definitely like the putts on swingers. Get there, and it's like 8 feet short of the cup. Like that's definitely no pro.
Oh, Tyler, come back
for me.
All right, we got you back now for a
What?
second.
I'm here.
No, you're back. You're back. We got you.
God, dude, I don't know what the hell's going on with the internet, but
we're cutting.
I guess one more because I know kind of the big talk. Oh no, can you hear me now?
I got you.
Because everything looks fine on my end. Okay. Let's just jump in real quick before we get into the whole baseball trade madness. Since we are the NASCAR show of record here on the Quarantine Network, exciting race from Daytona this weekend. William Byron gets the win on, as I mentioned at the top of the show, just kind of an insane last 15 laps that just took forever. Just massive crashes, people going for it, but that's going to happen.
2 huge
on the last
wrecks. Yeah. And then when you restart on these big tracks too, they usually go 3 wide. We're talking, Daytona, Talladega now at this point.
Right.
And then guys that have a chance to win make some desperate moves. We saw that in the first wreck. Reddick got into the lead, and he did own up to it after the fact that the gap wasn't there. I saw it for like half a split second, but I got there too late. Basically spun out the 18, and that just caused a massive chain reaction that wiped out a bunch of guys. And obviously people up running at the front were upset about that. I will say, I will give him credit. He owned it. He accepted the fact that he should not have tried to make that move at that point. It knocked him out too, so.
Right.
But unfortunate to see that happen, and then that's what caused this whole, like Tyler said, 30 minutes to do what was probably the last 11 laps of the race. Another big wreck after that. But shout out to William Byron, though. His first career win, and he gets the last playoff spot, so that's kind of sweet. Got me? Tyler?
So nice. What happened? Can you hear me?
You cut out for a second. Now you're back. You're good.
Sorry. I was just saying that win helped him out a lot because it did give him a bonus 7 points. So he's actually not sitting last in the playoff standings right now. Right now that goes to Matt D. Benedetto, who's sitting at an even 2,000 points. Harvick's way out in front with 2,057. Hamlin's behind him, 2,047. Now it gets to the point where it's, you got 3 races. Obviously, if you win a race, you automatically advance to the next set. Otherwise, you're going by points. Bottom 4 points drop out. So those bonus points are going to play off huge. I mean, that's basically already, a couple high standings for Harvick and Hamlin with their bonus points. So, but it should be fun. I think they're in Darlington on Sunday. So now it's playoff time. Now it's only 16 cars that really matter.
Yeah, just hopefully
everybody's
don't
still
get
out there.
wrecked out by all the other bums just racing for money.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you get wrecked out, I mean, you just got to go for the win. If you wreck one race, you just got to go for the win the next 2. So it definitely kind of changes things for racers. So definitely looking forward to the playoff races starting up this weekend.
And I know, I mean, naturally, Harvick is the odds-on favorite to win, but I think also given Tyler and I's sports fan career, I don't like that necessarily.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's him and Hamlin have had the best cars all year consistently, but I don't know. It makes me nervous. I don't like the fact that he's the favorite, but I mean, deservedly so, obviously.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Damn you,
if my internet won't. If the internet will allow me, I guess now we can get to the crazy baseball talks with the Padres just going insane. Jaime's right. I need that Mickey Mouse. I got that goofy internet right now.
Got me on that goofy internet. Oh, R.I.P. Whiteside. I will still be checking you out on social media for sure. Don't even worry, Whiteside. Young Chef side. I got you. But let's dive into some baseball now. As we already sort of teased, the Padres just went completely insane over the weekend, especially yesterday, approaching the trade deadline, and brought in a bunch of dudes. I mean, I get it because they're in a position where they are in contention, especially with 2 teams per division getting in, and they've been playing pretty well in the field. AJ's job has, in not so many words, basically been sort of on thin ice after last season, and I don't know if this was all due to that, but, he put himself in a good position by sort of hoarding all these prospects to, if he sees the team is in contention, now we're past the halfway point, he can just push those chips in and get some guys that will get them into and hopefully deeper through the playoffs. So, I think they made, 5 trades yesterday, something like that total, bringing in, I just want to wait for Tyler to come back. Okay, there you go. So, there was just a trade frenzy on the part of the Padres yesterday.
Yeah. Preller just went absolutely insane. Traded out, I think, it was 5 different trades, bringing in just like 6 or 8 different people. A couple big pieces. Mitch Moreland at first base. Obviously, Mike Clevenger's the big one, starting pitcher. Did a lot of work. Like, it was shocking. Like, I had kind of read that he was going to, be real aggressive in this, but I was not expecting him to go all out like they did. And they made a ton of moves. They're a completely different team from, if you look at the starting lineup from the first game of the year, they're an absolutely different team.
Yeah, I mean, they upgraded a catcher, and like I said, AJ just got super active. I mean, it was just like, as you know, I cannot turn the notifications off on my phone, so my phone was completely blowing up. I was like, what is happening to the Padres? Oh, they traded for this guy. Oh, they traded for this guy. Oh, they got Nola now. Oh, they got Clevenger. Like, please stop blowing up my phone. AJ, you got to stop. He's doing way too much right now. And are you serious?
What was that?
I don't even work for. All right. Well, apparently I have been traded off of my own show. I have been traded to TQN Sports. So, I guess I'll pack my bags. That's awesome.
With that, hello, everybody. Tyler, good to see you. How are you doing?
Callan, good to see you, man. I didn't know AJ had that kind of power to trade between our shows, but I guess Ronnie's been trading here. So welcome aboard, man. Welcome aboard.
I'm glad to be here. I mean, it's worth getting up early in the morning, that's for sure. But nighttime, I'm totally fine with this as well. So how you been? I'll try to fill Ron's shoes as best as I can.
Oh, dude, sorry, I'm kind of like a little taken aback right now. I mean, I love to have on the show. Got to admit, he's kind of been a little bit of Clubhouse before and after the show. So, maybe it's not too bad that we got rid of him. But, no, glad to have you aboard, man. So tell me, what are your thoughts, being a Padres fan, what are your thoughts on all the trades?
Long overdue. Seeing a Padres ball club not afraid for once to go the route of let's buy instead of selling, 3/4 of a team away. And again, I think you guys laid it out pretty well, though. But again, Trevor Rosenthal, Mitch Moreland, Jason Castro, Austin Nola, that whole entire trade with Seattle. And, of course, you get Mike Clevenger. And in a way, though, I think a lot of people probably have looked at these trades and, noticed, though, but the Padres only dealt away one of their top 10 prospects. They kept 9 of their 10. But also, like I've said, though, as well, with some of the moves that were, in fact, made over the course of Saturday, Sunday, today, over the past 3 or 4 days, has been mainly guys that were dealt. Just had too many guys in front of them, in my mind, on the depth chart. Third base, shortstop, first, the outfield even. Obviously, you probably have a Rookie of the Year candidate in Jake Cronenworth at second base right now, who's really caught fire this season. So then you add pieces that needed help. Pitching, bullpen, for sure. Trevor Rosenthal comes in. Okay, great. Then you bring in 2 guys from Seattle, of course, or 3 guys from the Mariners relief corps-wise in regards to Adams. David Altavilla also comes in, and then Taylor Williams comes in too as well. And then the rotation, of course, you had Joey Lucchesi as your 5 guy for a bit. Didn't pan out in the early part of the season, but now you've got Paddock, you've got Lamet, Davies, Garrett Richards hoping for a bounce back, as in fact we see here the Padres getting Clevenger today, and also getting San Diego native Greg Allen as well, plus a player to be named later. So the overhaul is amazing that the Padres, in my mind, were able to get all this done, Tyler, but not have to give up any of their big name marquee prized prospects like a Gore, like a Patino, a Campusano, their recent draft pick, Hassel, earlier on in the season. So definitely the division title probably is still maybe close. They're in the ballpark being 5 games back. But the expanded postseason, I think, definitely for sure, though, helps out this ball club in my mind. Poor Tyler, stuck in carbonite free. So I'll try my best, folks, to kind of
Oh!
Hey!
Yeah, I just got off the plane. A little jet lag, but apparently I've been traded back to Quarantine King. So what's up, Callan?
Oh, so I can go back to the morning now? Good.
No, you're still here. They gave me this shirt and basically showed me around the office. Very nice being indoors, but no mosquitoes, obviously. But I guess I don't. Maybe it's a collector's item now. I don't know. But
it might sell on eBay. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll run it back. See what eBay can do. This is a one of one. You will never see this again.
No,
but
you won't.
Thanks. I guess I'm a professional. We'll move on. It's a business. I get it.
It is a business.
People get traded all the time. But also I heard Tyler had some very unkind words for me. But we've been butting heads for a while. So glad to have that guy out of here. Like I was just gonna say that. I feel like the attitude around here with me and you has improved dramatically. I just feel like reborn, and I think AJ came to his better senses and thought, this guy's the problem. Let's get him out. Let's get Ron back, and we'll take care of business. So glad to see the Padres just sort of going all in. And as I said, AJ, There was some question about whether Ron Fowler's comments at the end of the year last year may have got walked back or pushed back a year about, things are going to change if we don't improve our record here. Then there was the shutdown. Then it's a little abbreviated season, so maybe he got a little extra leash. But I think he's still dealing with that pressure. And I think, let's just face it, he's put a good competitive team out there. They're playing really well right now. Weirdly, the bullpen, which was supposed to be the strength, has not quite been that yet. But everything else seems to be clicking. So, and then if you look at the scenario, as you and my former co-host that I will not mention were discussing, it's kind of just a perfect swoop because you don't lose your top guys like a Gore, Patino, one of these guys, and you add top-line starter. You fix the catching position. Who knows how much to that extent, but sorry, Austin Hedges, you're just never going to be able to hit Major League pitching. I'm pretty convinced of that. And then you add some bullpen guys too. So I think they're going for it, and I think, as you said, maybe a bridge too far to actually win that division because the Dodgers are just way out there, but very realistic, especially, pretty good performances against the Rockies over the weekend. I think that's probably going to be, at the end of the season, who they're duking it out with. The Giants are on a little bit of a run, but the team's just not very good, and the Diamondbacks are really going nowhere right now. So I think it's exciting. I mean, having, been around and worked around the team, I just think it would be really cool to see that happen here in San Diego. Even if I am a Dodger fan, I mean, the fans are, clamoring for it. So I think it's nice to have a little buzz around the Padres.
Definitely, and that's the thing, though, we were saying, though, and that's been really touched upon, though, Ron, has been, what would this feel like, though, if fans were at Petco and at Dodger Stadium or in general, just because of, the buzz surrounding the season this year. And then at least with the Padres, though, this has been, pretty much a day that has been not seen in a long time. I referenced on one of the earlier streams I was on that wrapped up recently has been, you mainly remember fire sales. You remember the Sheffield and the McGriff trade in the 90s. You remember when they did, though, get the Caminettis and the Finleys in the 90s. And, of course, getting Kevin Brown in for a bit as well. Tyler very unhappy, though, about being dealt to the morning program.
Oh, and then promoting his new program. All right.
Promoting the other new program.
Ripped his shirt off. Just disregard that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kellen.
You can put that shirt in put that shirt in a frame and autograph it. We'll
yeah,
see
this
if we
is
can
going to
profit
be
it.
This is going to be very rare.
Very rare for sure,
as I said.
But Padre fans remember the dark days. They remember the fire sales, and they remember, oh yeah, we did get Caminetti and Finley in this big trade that went our way with Houston. Then you remember Kevin Brown's acquisition, but then you remember too 2015. You remember the 2015 potential shot of the Kemp and the Uptons and the Middlebrookses and the James Shields trades. And then it's like, okay, that didn't work. So put us back a couple years. But then you're able to, look at the Tatis Juniors. Then you have the Hosmer signing, then the Machado signing, like literally 2 years or, 2 years, 2 or 3 years there, you signed two very prized free agents. And then, you look at this year, of course, up and down year for everybody in regards to, spring training, the pandemic, the shutdown, getting back to baseball in some capacity. And of course, I think a lot of people will use that 60-game excuse for any ball club, not just the Padres, about, well, they only did it because it was a 60-game season. But then, though, you have to also think about what these moves, though, for the Padres mean, though, that there's guys that I think they acquired. I might have the stat wrong, though. But I believe that three of the guys that were acquired over the course of the weekend or even today, they're under control, I think, until at least 2025. So, I mean, this is not just, a win now mode, but you're looking at maybe a now to a 5-year window with, the Clevingers and maybe even the Rosenthals and some of the other guys going on with these moves made. And I think, though, that they upgraded the bullpen for sure, though, with Rosenthal. I know he probably hasn't looked very good with the Royals so far, even with St. Louis. I think he looked good, though, earlier on. Perhaps still got himself back on his feet. Then you have Mitch Moreland, who, again, was probably in a lot of people's minds rotting away in Boston. Of course, the Red Sox not going anywhere, probably overpaid right now with him and also with J.D. Martinez. Jason Castro, catcher that can hit, though, from the Twins, went to Anaheim, didn't do very good to start off the season. Then, of course, the big trade with Seattle. You have Nola, another catcher who can hit. Believe he has a hit, and he has also scored a run tonight up in Colorado. Don't know a whole lot about Austin Adams yet. David Altavilla is a very big right-hander. Didn't look very good, though, when they played the Padres last week at Petco. Then, of course, Clevenger. I mean, it was either going to be Clevenger or Lance Lynn. And I think, though, of course, people will say, well, the Indians only did it because, he had the whole snafu over the recently, as mentioned, with the report that already had come out earlier today with that blockbuster deal again. But, despite, what maybe goes on or what happened with Clev and with Plesac earlier in the season, though, this guy can throw. And I think he's going to be probably in that mix. I think they're targeting Thursday or Friday for his first start with the Padres. You bring Greg Allen back home. So one Aztec goes to Seattle, one Aztec comes home from Cleveland, and then also they get Taylor Williams too. So in a roundabout way, I think the Padres, along though, Ron, in my mind, with the Blue Jays and Marlins are probably the three teams that win the trade deadline. And also probably, I think, though, sadly, good for baseball, though, that in fact, oh boy, this is not going to be good. But anyway, I think, though, good though for baseball, I think for perhaps the parity that it was not New York, it wasn't LA, it wasn't Chicago, but some of these lesser under the radar, smaller market ball clubs like the Jays and the Marlins and the Padres, above all else, though, being the main three culprits, wheeling and dealing, though, over the course of today, but also the Padres, man. It seemed like every hour, AJ Cassavell tweeted, Ken Rosenthal tweeted, Jeff Passan tweeted, Mark Feinstein tweeted.
I'm telling you, I don't even have notifications just from those guys. It's just from the fan account, and it was just blowing up my phone. It was out of control. But I think, referencing sort of the Matt Kemp Shields era where they sort of try to just buy a team, throw it together. But this seems definitely sustainable going forward. And specifically on this show, too. It feels good to be working with a professional for once, because it was becoming irreconcilable between me and Tyler. And, I just... what's that, fool?
Hey.
This is awkward. So, welcome back. Guess, hey, we're professionals. We'll try to work it out. But I take it all back. I'm here to win. I'm here to win a championship, all right? I meant no, untoward things that I may or may not have, but definitely did say towards you.
I just got one question: is how do you delete YouTube comments? Can you delete those?
There's no going back.
No going back, huh?
I feel like we'll fix this.
Shit.
Okay, that feels better. And
there we go. I knew something.
I'm gonna save this one for eBay. I'll put this in the frame, as Callan mentioned. Shout out to Callan, back in the morning slot, apparently. Man, AJ is wheeling and dealing. I can't keep up with this, man. I'm jet lagged. I had to fly up to, northern San Diego. And then as soon as I get there, they put me right back on a plane. They give me this shirt and then throw me back on a plane. And now here we are.
Yeah. It's, I was down there, like I started looking at the San Diego real estate. Like I signed a lease for an apartment, and now I'm like, well, I hope I can stay here because I already sent an email to my landlord. So oh boy, this has been an awkward day. To say the least.
All right, I'm back. All right, this feels normal, back in my comfort zone.
Yeah.
A little change of scenery is always nice. So, wish it wasn't so quick, but AJ's pulling that trigger, man. He is ripping them off.
Yeah. No, it's it is. It's good. It's good to be back. I always said, man, I'd love to come back to that Quarantine Kings, to that night show, man. It's, I'm not a day person, so it's the afternoon show just doesn't work for me. I think it fits Callan better. That's not my account. That's not verified. Come on. I verified on YouTube.
All right.
Come on.
No,
fake account.
I didn't see a check mark.
Exactly.
I just got burnt by that one. Like I always get burnt by the fake Ken Rosenthal account. Damn it.
No, yeah, you can't trust that stuff. You can't trust everything you see online.
But I'm glad you didn't say those horrible things about me, because that would be.
Oh, come on! Why would I?
The damage would be just.
Why would either of us say anything? Why would either of us say anything bad about each other, Ronnie? Come on, man! What are you talking about?
You're right. You know what? I will comfortably unpack my bag. I'll sleep well tonight. It's good to be back in the normal groove here. All right, everything.
Yeah.
We're getting it back. All right.
Yeah, we'll be good.
One other thing, I mean, it seems like years ago when we were, talking about the bubble, but didn't have a chance to. One of the other stars, maybe somewhat unwittingly, of the NBA bubble, has been Taco Fall for the Celtics. Pretty much anything he does is going to be entertaining, just because he's such a giant human being. But over the weekend, we had Jaylen Brown and I believe, who else was it?
Enes Kanter.
Teaching him how to swim. He doesn't know how to swim, but again, this is a very large, freakishly large man. So always entertaining to see him bowling, golfing, fishing, whatever it is. We did have him in the pool at the resort, taking some 2-on-1 swimming lessons.
Go swim class. There we go. Go. That's not bad. Arms warm. That's better. Almost there, bro. There you go. One more. Almost. Hey.
So there you have it.
It's actually kind of
Taco.
That's wholesome. I like that.
Yeah, that's nice to see. Just help out your boy. And Enes Kanter is a large human being himself, but if they were standing face to face, I think he would still be like at Taco's chin, because that fool's huge. So nice to see people making the most of it in the bubble. The only other thing I really wanted to talk about is we've addressed it before, the ongoing Lionel Messi saga. You saw on the whiteboard for tonight that apparently he's back locked down, because came out over the weekend, La Liga sided with Barcelona that he cannot leave on a free transfer, and thereby basically the only way he can leave is if someone triggers the 700 million euro buyout clause, which is it almost feels like something you'd put in a contract as a joke. I mean,
right.
Even Man City, all the sheiks in the world, that's going to be a tough putt for them. So I'm hoping that this works out. I think Messi doesn't want to be there, and I don't think the fans are really going to, pick him apart if he sort of sits out. He didn't show up to the training yesterday. He didn't show up to the mandatory, they're doing the COVID testing every day, which that does happen in the off season. But I feel like this whole thing is just built up and up and up to where he wants out. I don't know how much. It seems like Man City is the favorite. I know he has that connection with Pep, but believe what you want there. It just seems like he's not happy there with the way things are going, specifically when it comes to the management of the club. So I just think Barcelona is going to end up looking like the bad guys here if they don't let him leave.
Yeah, it's kind of no win for them, really, because, like you said, if this the release clause, doesn't get invalidated, then he's pretty much made it clear he's not going to play. So they're going to pay him whatever it is, 100 million euros a week, however much it is. I mean, he's got some astronomical contract. They're going to pay him a ton to not play, that will just kill the team further, because now you're just throwing out a bunch of money for no production. And I've read some different things. Obviously, Barcelona management wants that release clause payment if they're going to lose it. La Liga has said, yes, that release clause is valid. I've read other articles from a lot of different sources saying, kind of the wording of the release clause is just after the 2020 season. There's no specific date set. So some people are saying, actually there is no release clause. Like he can go for free. I don't know what's going to happen. It sounds like it's going to end up in court, even though Messi has kind of his side has said we don't want it to go to court. It's going to be ugly. And yeah,
nobody wants to go to court in Spain. As soon as Messi walks in there, all of a sudden he's got back taxes. You saw how they did Ronaldo. Watch out.
That's true too.
Don't go to court in Spain.
Right. But I don't see any way that Barcelona comes out of this looking like a good guy. It is a messy situation, that's for sure, Jaime.
Hey. No, and I think if you are Barcelona, the team side here, there's just no way you're going to come out of this looking good. The fans, I think, for one, don't want to see Messi collecting his paycheck, refusing to play, but also they're going to side with Messi, the guy that was on the field, a legend, one of the top, at least 5 players of all time.
Right.
What has that done for your profile? How many trophies has he won for you? How many goals has he scored? I think the fans will side with Messi here. So I don't think that I don't know. I mean, if they really just put their foot down and don't let it happen, it could get real ugly. I did see this, which made me laugh. A fan of Stuttgart started a GoFundMe to pay the buyout clause. And hey, they've raised 424 euros so far. So they're close. I mean,
they're on the way. They're on the way.
It's just, I mean, a couple more donations roll in. Watch out. Could see him suiting up for sure. Stuttgart. I'd see Messi in the German league. That'd be cool.
I wonder if you actually might see a big donation coming from Real Madrid on that. Just like, go ahead, here you go.
An anonymous donor just kicks in 400 million euros to get him out of this league. Please.
But yeah, it's going to be an ugly situation. Like I think you had said, kind of the leading candidate right now is Man City, which as a Premier League fan, I would be excited to see Messi on a week in, week out basis, but I would also hate it because Man City's already pretty loaded, and adding him to that front line would just be ridiculous. But we'll kind of see how it goes.
Yeah, Messi's a guy too that. Well, I mean, Argentina notwithstanding, but I think the way they play when Messi plays holds them back.
You give it to Messi and pray?
Messi's got it. He's good. We got Messi, right? He'll do it. But I feel like Messi could just easily slot into a team, even if he's playing somewhat out of position at Man City. And Pep is a smart guy. He's coached Messi before. He's going to put him in a spot where he's going to succeed anyway. But you don't really have that fear of, like, PSG, they're going to have, like, these 8 guys, but where do you play them all? Like, Messi will just get in where he fits in, and he's just going to make things happen. So, I agree with Tyler. I wish it wasn't City, but realistically, that's probably the most likely landing spot, certainly in the Premier League. But I would like to see Messi in the Premier League. It, kind of in his twilight, but still very much capable. And just having all the access to the Premier League that we have here in the States, that would be awesome to have Messi on every weekend on TV.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, speaking of Premier League, I will just throw a quick shout out here. Definitely would give a high recommendation to the Amazon All or Nothing series following Tottenham. They released the first 3 episodes yesterday, and it is fun. It is fun.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if you got to see
Pochettino.
them yet. But,
Poor Pochettino. I watched the first one.
I did feel bad because it's like Poch did all this great work in 5.5 years, and then he had 20 minutes of this show, and then it's like, get him out of here. We want Mourinho. Yeah.
Hey, well, as we've seen tonight, I mean, things can change very quickly in the in the trade world. Things are moving. I know they started it off too with him like, oh man, they got to the Champions League final, but it wasn't enough. Then they lose a couple games. He gone.
Yeah. No, definitely check it out. Like it's infinitely better than the Man City series. Like the Man City one was cool just to like see what a top 3 richest clubs in the world gets to work with on a daily basis. But other than that, it was pretty boring. But the Tottenham one already 3 episodes in, it's fantastic.
If you throw the Chosen One in there, it's gonna be good. If you got Mourinho in there, entertainment.
I'll say this, and of course, this is kind of Mourinho's MO, though, is like he's actually fairly likable in the show, which, I mean, That's his thing. Is it's great for the first year or two, and then that third year, it just all goes to hell.
Hopefully,
But
they get a trophy.
Yeah, exactly. He comes off as pretty likable. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, he seems like a decent guy. I mean, as far as interacting with the players, not someone that's just like, oh, there goes Mourinho. We can't even talk to this fool. We just pick the lineup, and I just show up, and hopefully I'm playing. But, I mean, he seems, relatively normal on a day-to-day basis. But he will still always give you some great press conference quotes, post-match interviews. Usually he's mad just to be there and have to do it. You can definitely feel that.
It's an inconvenience for him.
Pumps out the sarcastic responses to the interviewer.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't play well. We didn't play well enough. Okay.
Yeah, definitely similarities to Belichick for sure.
Yeah. But with a little more flair, for sure. So, yeah, we had some comments there. Messi coming to MLS. I would like to see that too. But, might be a little too soon for that. He's still got some good couple of years left in him. And, I agree with that. AFA and La Liga have always had the outs. In the case of AFA, I think a lot of that has to do with Maradona, who is retired and can't lose any more games for Argentina. So he's just, and he won the World Cup, so
True.
you're just fighting against the guy that's just up there. He can say whatever he wants about you, which Maradona is wont to do. And when the team doesn't play well, everyone just heaps it on Messi. La Liga, like I said, I feel like just don't go to court in Spain. It's not good. Don't go to court in Spain.
That's true.
That's pretty much all I got. I'm glad, they've reunited the dynasty here. Check Calvin
Always wanted to be
back in his old.
Don't want to be anywhere else
slot.
but here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where I always wanted to be. I see myself retiring here. I got a family here. My house is here. My cats are here. Come on. Can't
got
give
my
all this
PlayStation
stuff.
here.
Yeah.
Got my Nintendo 64 is here. Everything's here.
I don't want to pack up and move my whole life. Come on.
Seriously.
Coming in. Be the ball, Danny. All right. Nice
No.
Caddyshack. No. But, no. We will continue on unless anyone else gets traded. I don't know.
Keep an eye out for that.
Hot Sports Fire to you guys on Wednesday. Everyone be safe. Stay glued to your TVs as much as you can. We are, as always, very spoiled right now as sports fans. NFL is coming up in, 2 weeks? So we are going to be loaded. Charger fan. See, this is the stuff that just makes me more nervous about both of us rooting for Harvick. We're both Dodger fans. They always blow it. Chargers, blow it. Raiders, blow it. God! Well, the Raiders don't blow it because they're never really in the mix, but...
Right, yeah. A little different situation there.
Come on, Harvick. Prove me wrong. Prove us wrong.
Prove me wrong, kids.
Prove me wrong. Thank you to Callan with his brief stint with the team. Look that up on Stream Host Reference. He had a couple stats on there, but it's going to be a minor snapshot. Then he went back to his previous team. And thank you to Tyler, back again, reunited, and it feels so good. But that's all I got. So you guys have a good evening. And Tyler, any last words?
I just want to say thank you guys for sticking with it for whatever the internet issues I've had. I'm assuming that had to do with the trades, why I kept getting cut off. I'm not sure.
AJ was jamming up the phones.
Yeah. But stick around here on the network. We got Bud Clifford TV with Patrice coming on. As always, guys, keep the fire.
Keep the fire.
At the buzzer.